You ever feel like no matter how hard you grind, you're stuck in the same place? You're upgrading cards, trying new decks, watching guides, but your trophies barely move. I've been there. Every Clash Royale player has been there. And today, I want to tell you a story, not just about climbing, but about transformation. Because this isn't about the cards you play, it's about how you think when you play. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you won't just know how to win more, you'll understand why you've been losing. The beginning, the stuck phase. Let me start with this. Everyone begins in the same place, confused, frustrated, and chasing the next best deck. You see that shiny meta deck on YouTube? You copy it. You lose 3 games in a row. You think, okay, maybe it's not for me, and switch again. I did that for months. I wasted gold, time, and motivation. Then one day, something clicked. I realized I didn't need the best deck. I needed my deck, the one that fits my rhythm, my instincts, my reactions. The one I could trust even when the match gets chaotic. And that's where every successful player's story begins, not with copying, but with committing. Finding your deck identity. Picking a deck is like picking a main weapon. It's not about perfection, it's about connection. Do you love fast cycles? Go Hog or Miner. Prefer control? Use Boulder or Tornado decks. Like Pressure and Chaos? Try Logbait. The key isn't to find what's strongest, it's to find what feels natural. When you enjoy your deck, you play better, longer, calmer. So here's your first mission. Find a deck that fits you, not the meta. Once you do, stop switching. Lock in. Because mastery doesn't come from variety, it comes from repetition. Every card placement, every elixir trade, every mistake you correct makes you stronger. The art of learning from defeat. Now, let's be honest, losing sucks. But what separates casuals from climbers is how they react to it. Most players rage, pros review. Every time you lose, there's a reason. Maybe it's positioning. Maybe it's elixir management. Maybe it's ego, overcommitting when you should have defended. Here's something you can start doing today. After every loss, rewatch your last 30 seconds. Ask yourself, what was I thinking here? You'll be shocked how often you'll see the mistake right there. Too aggressive, too slow, too emotional. The truth is, you're not losing because of your opponent. You're losing because you're repeating small habits you never notice. The power of mindset. Play like a strategist, not a reactor. Here's what changed everything for me. I stopped reacting to my opponent, and I started making them react to me. Think about it. Every play you make should force a response. If you drop a miner and poison, they must defend. You control tempo. But most players do the opposite. They defend, then defend again, until they run out of elixir. They're always on the back foot. Pros play chess, beginners play ping pong. Don't hit back every move, plan the next 3. Ask yourself this every time you play. Why am I making this move? What will my opponent do next? What am I trying to set up? When you start thinking like that, every match becomes a mental battle, not just a spam fight. The gold rule: smart upgrades win seasons. Listen closely, especially if you're free to play, your gold is your future. Never waste it on cards you don't use. Every 5,000 gold you spend randomly is a week of progress gone. Here's a pro tip: focus on core cards. Upgrade your win condition first. That's your identity. Next, your main defense card, the one that saves you when everything collapses. Then your key spells. You don't need every card maxed. You need the right ones maxed. I've seen players with half-level decks hit 7,000 trophies simply because they played smart, not rich. The discipline of consistency. Improvement isn't about grinding all day. It's about showing up every day. Set a system, play focused matches, not random ones. If you lose 3 in a row, stop. Tilt ruins everything. It's okay to rest. The climb is a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency beats intensity, always. Because even if you only get 1% better every day, in a month, you're 30% better. Small wins build empires. The silent secret, watching pros the right way. Everyone watches pros, but few actually learn from them. Don't just copy their plays, understand their timing. Ask yourself, why did he defend with this and not that? Why did he wait before attacking? It's not reaction speed, it's game knowledge. Pause, rewind, analyze. You'll start seeing the rhythm, when to defend, when to punish, when to wait. And when you start noticing those invisible details, you'll realize Clash Royale isn't about luck or levels. It's a rhythm game disguised as strategy. The meta trap, why you should ignore the crowd. The meta changes. Every update resets the ladder chaos. But do you know who stays consistent? The players who master timeless decks. Log bait, minor control, golem beatdown. These decks have survived for years. So stop chasing what's new. Focus on what lasts. Because meta players climb fast, then fall faster. But mastery players climb slow and never fall. The real secret: patience wins games. If there's one skill that separates 5,000 from 7,000 trophies, it's patience. You don't win by rushing, you win by waiting. Wait for the mistake. Wait for the overcommitment. Clash Royale rewards patience more than aggression. Try this. Before every push, ask, what's my opponent's counter and cycle? If you don't know, wait. If you know it's out of cycle, attack like a sniper. That's what pros do. They wait, then strike with precision. If you've made it this far, you're not just watching, you're evolving. You care about getting better, and that means you belong here. So hit that subscribe button right now, not for me, but for your growth. Join the community of players who don't complain, who don't tilt, who learn faster, think smarter, and play sharper. We're building something bigger than trophies. We're building mastery. Here's the truth. Every pro was once stuck like you. The only difference is they didn't quit. They didn't chase shortcuts. They stayed consistent, disciplined, hungry. You have everything you need to reach the top. Not tomorrow, not next season, but step by step, game by game, mistake by mistake. So next time you queue up for a match, remember this. You're not playing to prove. You're playing to improve. Every defense, every counter push, every smart trade, it's one brick closer to greatness. So go out there, take what you've learned today, and build your legacy. And I'll see you in the next one, because your climb has just begun. Quick question. What's the most underrated card in Clash Royale? Most players will say something like Cannon or Knight, but the truth is there are cards people completely overlook that can actually win you games. Today, we're breaking down 3 underrated cards that can absolutely carry you on ladder, especially if you're free to play. Underrated card number 1, Skeletons. Yeah, just one elixir. People laugh at them, but skeletons can completely shift a game. They cycle your deck faster, pull tanks across the arena, and distract cards like Mini P.E.K.K.A. or Prince for pennies. In high-level play, skeletons are basically free defense. If you're not using them, you're missing out on the cheapest, most efficient card in the game. Underrated card number 2, Tombstone. Everyone runs Tesla or Cannon, but Tombstone is a hidden gem. It spawns skeletons non-stop, making it insane against Hog Riders, Giants, and even graveyard pushes. It forces your opponent to overcommit, and when it dies, those skeletons give you counter-push value. If you're stuck on ladder against heavy tanks, Tombstone will carry you. Underrated card number 3, Fire Spirits. Cheap, fast, and explosive. People ignore them, but Fire Spirits can wipe out minion hordes, bats, and chip towers when left unchecked. For just one elixir, they force out responses and give you constant value. Combine them with Hog or Miner, and you'll squeeze damage every time. That little splash is worth way more than people think. Here's the lesson. Underrated doesn't mean weak. It means underused. And if you're free to play, underrated cards are your secret weapon because you don't need them over-leveled to get massive value. They fit in almost any deck, they're cheap to upgrade, and they punish opponents who underestimate them. So here's your challenge. Build a deck today that includes at least one of these three: Skeletons, Tombstone, or Fire Spirits, and test it out for 5 games. Watch how much value you get from cards you never gave attention to before. If this gave you a new idea for your next deck, hit that subscribe button and stick around, because tomorrow we're covering the deadliest combos in Clash Royale that can win games instantly if you play them right.